What's up, everybody? This is episode 3 of my Holoholo sessions, and I'm gonna start off this video by recycling this clip from the last video of us getting wana because actually this dive is a continuation of that day. Like I said earlier, the morning started off with us getting wana, where me and my mom would walk along the shoreline, and my wife would, dive down for the deeper and bigger vana. And from time to time, when she would bring the vanas back to the basket, she would tell me, there's a lot of fish around. Maybe you should go get your stuff. And so, I'm just gonna show you guys right now about how, you know, in this dive, I don't have my proper gear. I just have my gun and my tubbies, and because again, the day started off with like the purpose of just getting vana, focusing on that. But then it was a good surprise to see that there's a lot of fish around. And so after doing our thing with vana, I hurried back to our condo that we were staying at. It was close to the beach, and I just went and get the gun. I was just trying to rush back because I could have brought my wetsuit and my long fins and all that kind of stuff, but I was just like, I gotta hurry up and get back. I want to get these fishes. And so even though I never had the proper gear, that didn't allow me to dive deeper or stay at those depths for a longer period of time. So it was still a really fun dive. So as mentioned before, since I don't have the proper gear, I really had to be patient and wait for the fish to come to me. And so I started off this dive, by checking out these akakas, and when they came back, I got a little bit too cocky. So when I dove down and try to creep up to get a better shot, nothing. So after shooting at akaka, I got my spear gun all prepped, ready to go. Stayed in the same spot because this yellow eye quality caught my eye. And so I dived down, try to line up the shot, get ready for it, and then ball ahead. 2 for 2, nothing. So I change it up and I go to a different spot. And so in this area, there's a decent amount of fish, and this moano catches my eye. And so I dive down, and I'm feeling pretty confident because this thing is close by. I got like a point blank shot. But did you see what happened? You see me groaning, getting all frustrated? Look again. You see the spear enter it, and the moano just wiggles off. And that's the sickening thing about moano, because the meat is so soft, you gotta make sure you hit it in the right spot. I'm still in the same area where I shot that moano, and luckily these fishes are still kind of tame that they don't take off to the deep water. So I'm just staying, waiting, trying to be patient, waiting for this akaka to turn broadside so I can get a good shot on it. And I felt like I did, but again, common theme. Feel like I'm in perfect range, and last minute the freaking thing just turns, making me miss, lose money. So what is that, like 5 for 5, not catching anything already? So I get all footless, and I tell myself, whatever is closest to me, just shoot them, I don't care. And that just so happens to be the small school of manini. And these maninis are in range, and for some reason I just hold my gun like it's Call of Duty, aiming down the sights or something. But I pulled the trigger, and luckily and finally I caught my first fish. So now that I built up my confidence, I'm feeling good. And so I moved to a different spot because these kupipis and ninuis kept catching my eye. They stayed like kind of like in the shallows. And so again, just trying to stay patient, wait for these fishes to give me a good look. And so I just stayed there and wait for the fish to swim by. And luckily this happened. Caught my second fish, one ninui. That I got one ninui and one manini, I figured I gotta kind of get more of those kind of fishes. And so the focus now was to add more of that same variety. So found the first school of manini, added that to the kui. Then the next thing was to get some more ninuis. So still in the same area because the ninuis were staying close by, and I felt kind of confident just being patient and waiting for them to give me a good shot. Pull the trigger on this one, nothing. Frick, lose money. Still in the same area where those maninis and ninuis were, and I saw this moano eating, and I figured I think I get a chance to forget him. So I dived down, try to stalk him, and I shot this one kind of on the fly. And I'm groaning because I shot the moano, and even though the camera didn't catch it, the thing went wiggle off. So that's like 2 for 2, where I shot one moano and the thing went wiggle off. And like, bro, I gotta redeem myself. And so I'm finally at a spot where I see another moano, and luckily the thing was in an area where it couldn't run away. So I was able to dive down, line up the shot good, and I finally caught it. So sorry, the camera angle is kind of bad, but you can kind of see the whiskers of it. But finally got my moano. Now, even though this dive started off with a few hiccups, with like 5 for 5 not catching anything, this shot right here like made up for those misses, and this was a great way to end the dive. So as I was making my way towards the shoreline, these two fish just kept zipping around, and I tried to get both of them, but super happy to catch one, because I ended this dive by shooting one papio. A challenging fish to catch, but super ono to eat. It's a great way for end the dive. Even though the day started off with just focusing on getting wana and not having the right kind of gear, bro, this was still a cherry day. Came home with good kind fish with one papio, a couple maninis, one inui, and one moano. Well, yeah, bro, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Shoots then.